Hey, just about to get home after a long day of sourcing. Pretty long day. I was up by 4:30 this morning, on the road by 5:30. Got to my first store at 6:30. Hit about 6 stores, spent a few grand on merchandise. Some of it was good, profitable merchandise. Currently, today, I could sell it and make money. But some of the stuff I bought today, you know, had little to no margin. Some of the items even had negative margin, and that puts us in a unique situation this time of year, right? Like, I wouldn't buy a product, most likely, that had negative margin in June or July. But this time of year, sometimes it makes sense. You know, you just gotta look at the numbers. I suggest always weighing all the numbers, unless it's an obviously bad deal, in which case you don't really need to weigh too many numbers. But if you're looking at an item, especially this time of year, and it's ranked, who knows, 700, 2,000, 4,000 in toys, and it's got 3 FBA sellers, 7 maybe to 12 merchant fulfilled sellers, and let's say you're paying 15 bucks for the item and it's got a $13 payout currently. Amazon's not a player. It doesn't look like they've been a player. Doesn't look like they're coming in, or maybe they were and they've been out of stock for a long time. You know, these are all things to look at. You've got good rank, no Amazon, you know, Amazon's not on. You've only got a handful of FBA sellers and not a lot of merchant fulfilled sellers either. Okay, so you pay 15 bucks for the item, it's got a $13 payout, and you know, you've got access to 5 of them, 10 of them, 20 of them. I don't know how risky you're willing to get, but I'd definitely buy a few, maybe even a bunch of those, simply because prices over the next month or so are going to do some crazy things. They're going to go in an upward fashion, and who knows where they'll stop, right? So that same $15 toy that currently offers a $13 payout, by this time next month, that same toy might have, you know, a lowest offer of $100. It's possible. I've seen it happen before, and it's going to happen again. I would most likely not charge $100 for it, even if that was the going rate, simply because I feel like, A, it's a child's toy, and yeah, I am willing to bump the price up some, and I am willing to profit on that item. You know, if I pay 15, I might sell it for 30, 35. And you know, it's still, in my opinion, you know, we're out there buying stuff from stores and we're marking it up on Amazon. Some people would consider that a rude thing to do, but you know, we're business people and we call it business. We're doing business. And you know, if I find a toy that's like last year's hot toy and it was 15 bucks last year, but I found it today and the going price is 100, I might put 100 on it, simply because it's kind of now more or less a collectible toy. It's been out for a while. But if it's this year's toy, let's say it's a $15 Shopkins, okay, a Shopkins playset, and I buy it today for 15, and my intention is to hold it and wait until it's around 30, 35, but guess what? The price just shoots straight up to $100. I could sell it for $100 because it's going to sell, you know. It's Shopkins, it's Christmas. Some little girl is going to want that Shopkins, and people are going to be selling them for $100, and that's just the way it goes. But if mom and dad find that same Shopkins playset at Walmart in January for $15, you've got a much better chance at seeing a return come your way if you've priced that item at $100 than if you've priced that item at $30, $35. They're less likely to send that item back to you if you, you know, take the quick money instead of the big money. And that's just the way that I go about it. I know that if you sell 20 of those things for $100 a piece and you get 3 of them back, it's not going to be a big deal. I get it. But, you know, I'd probably still put 30 to 40 on them, depending on how I was feeling that day, and you know, I probably won't get any back. So that's just how I do it. I don't necessarily think that's how anybody else needs to or should do it. It's just, that's the way I do it. Real quick, there's a shot of the stuff I bought today. IKEA bags, stuff in IKEA bags. Probably just gave away a couple products and or sources, but that's okay. You'll either go get it or you won't. There's enough to go around. I have noticed there's more sellers this year than there were last year. I think we're up to almost 500 sellers on Pieface. So we'll see how that goes. I still think the price is going to go. I think it's going to go up. I'm not going too deep on the darn things, but it's going to be a huge hit. It already is. It's number 2 in toys. So it's about 5:30 now. So I've been on the road for 12 hours today. 12 hours, and honestly, it didn't really feel like work. I had a good time today. I talked to a manager or two, and had fun with some just chatting up cashiers. And it's hard to get burned out fourth quarter because there's so much opportunity everywhere. It's a lot easier to get burned out in June or July when you go out there and you're not finding a lot. It's hot out. You start dragging around lunchtime. I mean, and you just want to go home. So that's one of the reasons why we took the majority of the summer off, because I knew, it's just not our best period, summer. So why fight it? We just decided to take it easy, and it was good. This business has afforded us the ability to do that, and but yeah, if you're getting burned out right now, man, I don't know what to tell you. You should be having fun right now. And yeah, if your cash flow is such that you can afford to speculate on some of those items where the numbers look good, everything but the payout, I'd go ahead and maybe speculate on some of those items. I wouldn't say how deep to go. Maybe 10 of these, maybe 20 of those, maybe 2 or 3 of these are those. You've got to make up your own mind with the numbers that you have and the money that you have on how deep to go and what items to speculate on. But I honestly think that this is the time of year, if you're going to try and add some things to your inventory that have a lot of promise, and you just feel like even though it's losing at the moment, you probably just can't lose, man, I say go for it. Try it out, see what happens, and my guess is most likely you're not going to be disappointed. Give it a month, and this stuff, a lot of it, is just going to be to the moon. So, I'm home. So, thanks for listening. And any questions that you want answered on a future video, just post them to the YouTube or send me a message on Facebook, Michael Ross. Thanks for listening, guys. See you next time.